Hi everyone, it's Andrea, the Girl Plus Paper, and I'm here for day 3 of the Creative Design Team series, Christmas in July. All 8 of us will be participating in this amazing series. Now, here is a set of package toppers that I've created for you using the bare minimum of supplies. And what's nice about them is that once you are done giving them as gifts on the top of the package, the recipient can then go ahead and hang it on their Christmas tree or go ahead and use it as a home decor piece. Lots of options. So it's more than just a gift tag per se. Using some items out of our annual core catalog here, I have decided to start with the gold foil paper. It also comes in a pretty silver foil option, and it is elegant and just perfect because this paper against any package would look wonderful. In each, the gold and the silver, there are 6 patterns. So I've used this very geometric pattern for the first ornament or package topper, and then I'm going to show you how to use this floral pattern. I wanted to give that a try because doesn't scream Christmas to me. So I thought I wanted to test the limits and see how it goes. Now I have cut my paper into 3-inch wide strips. So that means that by using 2 3-inch strips for one ornament, you're going to get 2 ornaments out of each page, and then you will have a total of 12 out of one package of paper. And they're not little tiny ornaments or package toppers. They're pretty substantial. And they are made using this adorable little scalloped circle thin cut that we have. You will find that scalloped circle thin cut in the thin cut section in the back of the book. It's on the second page in. So in addition to this little thin cut down in the bottom corner here, I have used a few others. Right here, we're going to use the small bow for this particular second package topper that we're going to make. I usually cut a few extra pieces and keep those in the back of my little package here. So I'm going to use one of these as the base. Now this base you could stamp a sentiment on, you could write to from on, you do a lot. We're just going to use it as it is. Now I have cut, like I said, 2 3-inch strips. I've run them through together 4 times so that this way I have 4 groups of 2 scallop circles, so 8 in total. And I glued them together. We're going to try both the blue aqua glue and we're also going to try the green glue. I have pre-glued 6 of these already. So I'm going to find one scallop that I'm going to consider the bottom, and I'm going to put glue on the next 3 to the right of that bottom scallop. I'm going to fold in, keeping that bottom scallop. Doesn't have a match, but I'm going to match the 3rd scallop up on the right with the 3rd scallop up on the left, and you're actually going to see through that eyelet piece that cut out, and that is going to give you some perfectly uniform cones, I'm sorry. And we're going to pull in the green glue, and we're going to try that on the next one because you're going to see the blue glue, although it works, it is a little bit more difficult to get it to set and dry. Now on this last one, we're going to try the green multi-purpose glue here. And this is my favorite. So again, I'm going to hold on to that bottom, and I'm going to put some adhesive glue on the 3 scallops to the right. I'm going to fold that over so that I line up the 3 scallops on the left with the 3 scallops on the right, and make sure that you can see through the eyelets because they're going to overlap. So that glue worked a lot better. Next, I'm going to take our base, and I'm just going to put a good layer of glue down in a circle. You could work your finger in here, but I didn't want my fingers to be sticky, and they were already sticky from touching that glue. Now, I'm going to work this kind of like a compass. I'm going to put one of the cones on the north, the south, the east, and the west, and I'm going to have them all meet in the middle. Now, I am also going to fill in. I'm moving those. You have a moment or two to move them around. Fill in between the gaps, and they don't have to be touching. And we're going to squish these down a bit later to make them touch, but it's okay if they don't. Now, I'm not comfortable. I had a big gap there, so I just want to move that around just a bit. And my fingers are sticking to some of the glue from holding those cones into place. So things are jumping around here as I'm trying to put them onto the scallop circle. So I've decided it looks pretty good. I'm going to stop fussing with it And we're going to move it up and out of the way to kind of set as we move on to the next part. Now, in the first ornament, you'll notice that the topping, the little embellishments are a little different. This time I'm going to use my scrap of Bluebell paper because I just can't get enough Bluebell. I'm so sad it's going away at the end of August. So I have my small bow thin cuts, and I'm going to lay that down onto some Bluebell cardstock. I always save scraps that are of significant size just for this purpose because I don't want to cut into a big 12 by 12 page if I can just use a scrap. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to punch those out, and we're going to move the cuddle bug completely to the side. I'm just going to put the pieces back in here. If I don't put them back in on their magnetic spot, I end up losing track of them. So, so I'm best putting it away. Now I'm just curving the paper around my fingers. I'm starting to train it a bit so that it's easier to keep it in place when I put a little bit of glue. Trying to get that to adhere to itself. And just hold that for a minute. A lot of times I have little tiny clothespins that I use, or some tweezers on my desk. I don't have one right now to hold it. So I'm going to go ahead and line it up. I'm going to put a little glue down. I'm going to put the bow topper on top of little tails, and I'm going to wrap that middle piece that close to my heart built in around, and that holds the two pieces of the bow together while the glue is setting. I love that. So I'm just going to push down a bit and just flatten each of these doily cones, because although I want it to have dimension, I do want to try to close some of those gaps. And you could even do what I just did there and put a little glue in between them, and it would really make this more sturdy. In the meantime, though, I'm going to just grab a couple of pieces of foam tape here, doubled up on the foam tape, and I am just going to put that in the center of the bow and then push it down into the center. I told you these ornaments, package toppers, whatever we're going to call them, they're really easy, aren't they? So here we go. I have this Yuletide border thin cut set, and I'm going to use that very delicate Merry Christmas that I cut out of gold glitter paper. And you've seen me use this a lot. I love that little viney, the second border down. You've got some lights here and some other really unique borders. But this Merry Christmas is just so delicate, and if you look back on some of my videos, you'll recognize it. I use it time and time again. This is one of my most loved thin cut sets this past year. So just going to put a little more liquid glue down, and I'm just going to let that kind of float over the top, and it's going to touch just where it does and adhere down. I just think they're simply elegant little creations that we've made. Now, I have taken this fancy border. You'll see I brought it up so you can see the scallop details, and I've run it down a 1-inch wide piece of gold glitter paper, and I've just folded it and accordion pleated it, and I've stuck it under that first package chopper. I've got some gold and white ribbon, and we're just going to tie a package chopper. So that's it. It's that easy. All that you really need is that scalloped circle die cut, thin cut, and some of this gold or silver foil paper, and you can make some really impressive, easy package toppers and make them in July so that this way you're avoiding all the pressures that come at Christmas time. So I hope you found some inspiration here. And tomorrow, Chelsea is up with another incredible project. She always blows me away. And I've got her link down below in my video's description, along with the link to all the products that I've used here. So thanks for visiting the Girl Plus Paper channel, and please subscribe if you've not already done so. Thanks for stopping by, and have a very creative day.